Why were early Pompeii excavation methods so destructive? Imagine uncovering a city frozen in time, but instead of careful steps, the first explorers used hammers and shovels like they were digging for treasure. That's pretty much how early Pompeii excavations went. Back in the late 1700s and early 1800s, archaeologists did not have the tools or knowledge we have today. Their main goal was to find art, statues, and shiny objects that caught the eye. They weren't focused on understanding how the city was built or how people lived there. When systematic digging started in 1748, it was under the patronage of the King of Naples. But the people doing the work didn't follow strict rules. They tunneled through walls and floors, often removing artifacts without noting where they came from. This meant that when they found something, they didn't record its original position or context. Without that information, it's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. The methods they used were not standardized. They didn't have detailed maps or layers to show how the city was built over time. Instead, they just dug straight down or through walls, often destroying parts of the city in the process. They also threw away many everyday objects like pottery, tools, or food remains because they didn't seem important. Only the most beautiful or shiny objects were kept, which gave a skewed view of daily life in Pompeii. Another problem was the use of untrained laborers. These workers worked quickly and without supervision. They accidentally damaged fragile walls, mosaics, and frescoes. Sometimes they cut frescoes out of walls, leaving the structures unstable or ruined. Because of all this rushing and rough handling, many priceless pieces were lost forever. Critics like Johann Joachim Winckelmann pointed out these issues early on, but it took many years to change. It was not until the mid-1800s that Giuseppe Fiorelli became in charge. He introduced new methods, dividing the city into regions and carefully recording where each find was made. He also invented the technique of making plaster casts of victims of the eruption. These casts captured the exact position of people at the moment of death, preserving details without further damage. In short, early Pompeii excavations were destructive because they focused on grabbing art and treasures quickly, without caring about the site's layout or context. They lacked proper methods for recording and protecting what they found. Modern archaeology now strives to preserve every part of a site, but those early efforts often caused irreversible damage. That shift changed how we study and understand ancient cities like Pompeii today.